The city hums with life beneath a clear sky, pedestrians weaving through crosswalks, traffic lights pulsing in rhythm. A news broadcast crackles from a building screen. 3 days ago, under the swift encirclement of the city's defense forces, the culprit in Kaijiang building were captured. The calm is deceptive. A man pauses to admire the rosebud, whispering to himself, "Spring has arrived." The roses, once dormant, now bloom wildly, too wildly. From their hearts, strange insects buzz forth. Tentacle-like vines burst from the roses, startling the man. At the crosswalk, the light turns green. One pedestrian urges another to cross the road. Turns out that's the previous man, now with vines thick, green, and crowned with roses, erupted violently from his eyes, nose, and mouth. Monster! Ah! Panic explodes as the infection spreads. Tendrils whip through the crowd. A young woman, smiling, catches drifting petals and murmurs, "So beautiful." Seconds later, screams tear through the air. Then it emerges, a colossal floral abomination with a humanoid rose-headed form leading the charge. Hope arrives in the form of a battle-hardened warrior, slicing through panic. "Don't panic, I'm here!" he shouts, unleashing a torrent of flame that scorches the rose beast. It reels, but the victory is short-lived. The warrior stares in horror at his own arm. Vines are sprouting. Elsewhere, a stunned bystander studies the greenish glow coming from the monster. His voice is hushed with dread. It's the Great Obscenity? The nightmare has only just begun. Above the infected city streets, Commander Jiang and his squad take position atop a rooftop, surveying the chaos unfolding below. A subordinate hesitates, then offers an analysis. This doesn't seem like the Great Obscenity. In the past, its radiation rotted victims into blackened husks, but now they don't decay. They transform. Human flesh becomes floral abomination. The effect may differ, but the intent to destroy and corrupt remains exactly the same, he concluded. They name the creatures human flowers, grotesque hybrids, spreading faster than any virus. Zhang warns, don't treat this like a normal outbreak. Monsters can evolve rapidly. He snaps out orders. Secure the perimeter. Block all spread. And don't touch the infected, they're extremely contagious. Below, panic surges. Screams echo as civilians flee, chased by rose-headed monsters. With a deep breath, Zhang channels blazing spiritual force into the sky. A fiery dragon erupts from his palm, sweeping the battlefield in cleansing flame. Infected burn to ash. Hope flickers. We're saved, a man whispers. But then, horror. Ash brushes his face and it begins to sprout vines. Zhang's gaze hardens. Ash also contains the Great Obscenity's infection. The city lies smothered in green. Vines crawl across buildings, streets vanish beneath leaves, and mutated rose-headed creatures stalk the ruins. This is simply a green hell, Arthur mutters as a massive organic dome pulses at the city's center. Commander Zhang takes command, barking orders. No firepower, no fragmentation. Even a stray petal can infect and assimilate civilians. The human flowers are evolving faster than expected, and their infection method is unlike anything previously recorded. When asked what's going on, Zhang answers plainly, "As you can see, disaster." He confirms what many feared. The Great Obscenity has returned. Chief Arthur questions the possibility, recalling the last time it was wiped out. But Jiang explains the terrifying truth. Some monsters don't truly die, like the regenerative jellyfish that reverts to its juvenile form. The Great Obscenity didn't die. It transformed. What remains now is a mutated form, one that doesn't rot its victims, but infects them. The situation worsens as Arthur reflects on past failures. After Mask's victory, officials promised to treat the infected and contain the radiation. Instead, they embezzled funds and let the contamination fester. Now the infection has returned, stronger and stranger than before. Jiang demands a scan of the strongest energy readings. His intent is clear. If we don't destroy it now, he warns, we'll have to pay a much higher price later. News of the outbreak spreads like wildfire. Subways, televisions, and phones flash emergency updates. Dahi City is under siege. A disaster-level monster has reawakened. On social media, panic brews. Some demand Mask's return. Others argue he already gave up his powers. Videos of the vines overtaking skyscrapers go viral, with survivors posting first-hand accounts of the human flowers overrunning streets like zombies. But one thing is clear. Commander Jiang has gone in alone. He darts through the overgrown city with unmatched speed. Vines lash around him, but none can slow his advance. He stops only when he reaches the infected epicenter. There she waits, Quanliu, regal and inhuman, stands atop a throne of roses. "It's you," Zhang mutters. He knows this face. Once human, now the avatar of the Great Obscenity. Zhang doesn't hesitate. Electricity surges around him as he charges his attack. "I regret that I didn't slaughter you in the wheelchair at that time." He strikes with a devastating bolt of lightning, the impact lighting up the skyline. The attack hits, but she doesn't fall. Green light pulses from her wounds as she straightens, unscathed. The blow had no effect. Her body begins to shift again, tendrils glowing, her form warping into something even more dangerous. "It's useless," she says coldly. "This is no ordinary fight. This is the return of a nightmare reborn." The storm rages on, but Quanliu, twisted and regal, emerges from the wreckage untouched. Her skin pulses with a viridian glow, petals blooming from her shoulders as her wounds vanish in seconds. High-speed regeneration. Commander Zhang narrows his eyes, lightning crackling in his fists. He unleashes another devastating bolt, but it crashes against her without leaving a mark. She smiles through the smoke. Is the so-called sunlight that dispels darkness only to this extent? Her voice drips with mockery. He turns to retreat only, to find her already behind him. He's not slow, but rather she's moving through the plant network, leaping across space with every root, vine, and bloom. She's faster than me, he realizes in horror. The vines below twist with unnatural rhythm, pulsing like veins beneath the city. From afar, the command team urges him to retreat. They shout through the comms. But Zhang doesn't flinch. "In this situation," he growls, "do you think I can still run away?" Hand tightening around a metal pinned to his chest, he begins channeling power dark, raw, and forbidden. Red lightning bursts from his veins as the sky splits open above him. He roars, "This is me, living to the death!" And with that, Commander Zhang unleashes his final trump card, Ultimate Release. Zhang's body surges with red lightning as he activates his ultimate release, but the power comes at a steep cost. His veins threaten to burst, and every movement tears at his flesh. With this power released, a level 7 could be equal to a level 8. Quanliu mocks the technique. "Every blood vessel and cell is now on the verge of overload and collapse," she says, voice smooth and unbothered. "After this, most professionals become sick, some even paralyzed." Yet Zhang endures. With a roar, he launches a devastating punch, so fast it breaks through her mind transfer technique. For the first time, Quanliu is caught off guard. His fist is faster than my thinking speed. Still, victory is far off. Zhang's body is ravaged by the infection, even as his lightning barely keeps it at bay. Spectators believe the battle is won, but the monitoring team quickly debunks the illusion. The Great Obscenity's energy is still climbing. Then comes the revelation. This isn't just the Great Obscenity reborn. She's become something else entirely. Like the Greek giant Antaeus, she draws strength from the earth itself. Worse, every infected human in Dahi City acts as a node of her power. She is one, but also 10,000. Inside the command center, alarms blare as Quanliu's energy readings spike uncontrollably. Analysts confirm the worst, she's reached the highest secret realm energy level. Officially, a level 9 natural disaster. Panic spreads. Dahi City, it's done for. Meanwhile, Quanliu hovers above the city, half her body a glowing tangle of roots and fury. She marvels at Jiang's power, stunned that humans can burn themselves to gain strength. But admiration gives way to bitterness. Why didn't he use that power sooner? Why let so many die in darkness? Her voice becomes a haunting chorus, echoing across the infected city. Why? 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 Then she merges with the network of human flowers, forming a towering plant entity that retreats momentarily. The soldiers, exhausted, mistake it for victory, but the reprieve is brief. A devastating pulse explodes across the city. Quanliu reappears, reborn, in an even more monstrous form, radiating rage and sorrow. As she rises, wind and petals spiral around her. "Why, you ask?" Zhang answered. "It's because of this damn world. And in this damn world," he continued, "death is nothing new." His fist crashes through Quanliu's chest. Across the city, people cheer. Screens replay the moment again and again. Civilians shout in triumph. Children beam with admiration. And hope blooms. Mankind has struck back. But the victory is fleeting. Quanliu rises, her wound already closing. Calm and unshaken, she repeats Jiang's words with bitter irony. "Since being alive is nothing new." Then, with monstrous force, she slams her green-tinged fist into him. "Why don't you go to hell along with this damn world?" Jiang is engulfed. His body shatters like cracked porcelain. Petals spiral into the sky as his energy disappears from all monitors. Silence falls. A little girl, watching from a train, says softly, "The grandpa turned into beautiful petals." Back in the crowd, the panic resurfaces. "What are we supposed to do without Mask?" someone cries. The symbol of resistance is gone, and the enemy still stands. Across the nation, anxiety surges. Civilians on trains stare in silence as Quanliu's image dominates the screens. Online, panic erupts into finger-pointing and regret. "Where's the federal government?" Where is Mask? Critics who once demanded Mask step down are now condemned by those watching the city fall apart. Then, the emergency broadcast blares. A natural disaster-class monster has emerged at the center of Dahe City. In prisons and barracks alike, disbelief settles in. In a high-level government meeting, the president slams his hand on the table, furious. He rages over public cowardice and hypocrisy. Another official growls, "You shouldn't be too ruthless with Mask in the first place." Tensions boil over as a radical solution is proposed. Use nuclear weapons, sacrifice the few to save the many, they argue. The chairman falters, but pressure mounts. Just as he's about to agree, a message interrupts the room. Something has just appeared in the city. Everyone freezes. One word spills out in fear. "Monster!" A mysterious figure smashes into the rooftop of the City Defense Force prison, leaving behind deep claw-like gouges. Guards rush to the source and discover the prisoner is gone, escaped under impossible conditions. Meanwhile, the city remains wrapped in the grip of mutant flora. With Commander Zhang gone, soldiers are left directionless as the monstrous plants begin moving again. Panic rises, and while some try to flee, a few brave fighters choose to stand their ground. They launch desperate counterattacks, vowing to resist, but the vines strike back brutally, overwhelming them. Just as it seems all is lost, the soldiers glimpse a figure, glowing with ethereal power. The figure halts the assault. This sudden arrival signals a turning point. Hope, however fragile, returns. There's support coming. The people erupt in bittersweet celebration. Their relief is real, but so is their regret. If support had arrived earlier, perhaps Commander Zhang's death could have been avoided. Monster's Path. Main mission, 6 Obscenity Reincarnation. Objective, eliminate the new natural disaster. Reward, Great Obscenity Core. Above the ruined skyline, Quanliu looms like a messiah. Her voice echoes with the promise of a world free from sorrow. "Join me and submit to me with all your heart," she proclaims, offering a vision of peace through absolute assimilation. To her, individuality is the root of pain. She has fused entirely with the flowers, the assimilated citizens whose minds now retain only the joy of life, stripped of memory, suffering, or self. But her serenity fractures. A sudden rupture in the south, an entire group of flowers gone. Her eyes widen. "Who is it?" From the chaos below, the red-armored figure bursts forth. It's him, the one who isn't human but isn't monster either. Her assimilation fails. His breath rejects corruption. "Even if you're a monster, you can't be immune to my assimilation," she mutters, stunned. Before she can react, he's on her, latching on in a brutal close-range assault. She screams, "Get off me!" But he holds fast, tearing into her arm as she unleashes a searing burst of energy. Onlookers watch, spellbound. His movements are too fast for even a natural disaster-class being to track. Every dodge is calculated, every strike intentional. He weaves through the storm of attacks with speed and agility, surpassing even top-ranked professionals. One man stares at the screen, shaken. It must be a human being, but his armor is a little weird. If one day monsters surpass humans, what should I do? And then Xiao Qiu rises, bloodied but relentless. He draws on his final strength and releases a massive city-shaking blow. The chapter ends mid-surge, frozen on the brink of devastation.